Greetings in the name of the Most High, Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, you hear the voice is familiar. I'm Rasta Soldier. Yeah. And thank you for tuning in to Deep Roots. Yeah. It's the first podcast. Yeah, 2019. And today I'll be reasoning about a real important topic to I and I, whole generation, whole nation, whole melanated people, so-called African. I want to give thanks and praise, to all the legends that have stepped forward in this Iowa and Avenue. The Most High, Emperor Haile Selassie I, His Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I would like to give thanks and praise to elders like Muta Baruka, Winston Rodney, Burning Spear, you hear? His Honorable Robert Nesta Marley, and so forth. Yes, my name is Rasta Soldier. Yeah, red, green, and gold. And I'm looking at the standard news here, and it's talking about how China is feeding off of poor Africa. Seems like the same repetitious procedure of another colonial beast. The dragon has risen. Everyone that has visited Africa has come with an undermining mentality. Like Luciana said, say that they love you, but they have an ulterior motive. Yes, it is Rastafari Soldier, and you're listening to the first real, recognized, real podcast. Yes, we hope to go live soon. And I just want you to take a second and listen to my Empress Love over here in Africa. And she's interviewing some of the diplomats and asking questions. And I want you to let me know what you think in your comments, because this is a real situation that's facing all over the world, especially in the poor melanated people country, the recolonialization of the Africans' property, whether it's Jamaica, Bahamas, Africa, anywhere you have poor Africans, they seems to be eating up all the flesh. Yes, listen to the Empress.
He is an advocate here in Nairobi, Honorable Kembe Kitura, the immediate former senator to Murang'a County. My far left, Honorable Kipruto Arab Kira, deputy party leader to ANC party. Gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to have you here this morning. The Standard newspaper, how China is feeding off poor Africa. A number of African states, in terms of the amount, have been mentioned there. Angola being the highest with 4.28 trillion Kenyan shillings in how much it owes China in terms of debt. Kenya is number 3 on this list at 980 billion Kenyan shillings. Grab a copy of your third newspaper this morning. This is where we choose to highlight everything. Of course, Zambia, we've been seeing what has been happening. They've taken over the energy company, the one that is specifically responsible for electricity in Zambia. It has caused a lot of conversation, especially online. I also remember reading somewhere that they also plan to take the broadcasting channel itself in Zambia. Honorable Kipruto Arab Kira, I'd love to begin with you with this specific one. Take a look at this country, the countries that I mentioned: Angola, DRC, Ghana, Nigeria, Sudan, Republic of Congo. A lot of these countries are rich in natural resources. There's no reason for these countries, let alone to be in debt, but to go out and seek for loans so huge. Angola, which is a country full of minerals, at the highest at 4.28 trillion Kenyan shillings. Is it that here in Africa, honestly, we have a problem when it comes to mismanagement and leadership?
Yes, I think squarely it's a problem of leadership. Because leadership is the most important ingredient in terms of combination of resources. You can have all other resources, but if leadership is wanting, then you are likely not to achieve a lot. And also the issue of corruption. Remember, the daughter of the former president is the richest woman in Africa.
Dos Santos.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the age of about 40.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's a real good topic that the gentleman touched on, leadership. Leadership amongst us all. Leadership all over the world. Yeah. Amongst all of our people, it seems like we're lacking leadership. And that's what I'm telling a lot of our people, especially the people in our community that I personally know. Instead of we follow good leadership, we follow bad leadership, and we'd rather sell out our own for some new fandangles, and that's what's been going on all this time. Let's continue listening what they're saying.
And this therefore means that a lot of resources must have been snatched out of the country. And also the oil industry in Angola suffer the same. So what we need to do is that as Africans, we need to spend more time looking on how we can mobilize our own internal resources.
Right.
For example, here in Kenya, the main problem, we may have the external debt, we may have the internal debt which we borrow from institutions, but the most important one is pending bills. The government owes to the tune of 500 billion. Kenyans who have done work, and for the last 2 or 3 years, they have not been paid. And this is a debt that nobody is identifying, but almost every year we do a budget, but that budget does not capture effectively some of those pending bills. And that allows some of these foreign lenders, because I think China is more of a Shylock than a lending institution. Because they say we don't have conditions, but there are conditions, they will take the national resources of a country.
Honorable Kembe, you're laughing. Do you feel the same way about China?
It's actually a very difficult situation. I largely agree with my colleague, Honorable Kipruto Arab Kira. You see these days, you can borrow online. Just use your phone. I think there's a star hash something, and you get some money instantly. They tell you there are no conditions, but only a fool would believe there are no conditions. And if you then default, there is a way that they're going to recover the money from you.
Right.
I don't know how they'll do, whether they do it online. So the problem is, when the deal is too good, I think you need to think again.
You hear that, people? When the deal is too good, you might want to think again. And that is one of the issues we like to run in upon some nice deal, because we are not held accountable. But sooner or later, someone will have to pay. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right here. So at the end of the day, my lads, I would like the item to chime in. Let me know, do you think that China is the new England? It's the new colonial master? See, you're listening to Ras Soldier, yes, and you're watching Deep Roots TV. You're listening on the Real Recognize Real show. Yeah, so just let me know. It's a new podcast that we're gonna be putting out there, holding a decent reasoning with some intellectual people. Yes, you might see some of the video, might see some pictures out there. Just leave your comment, and I want you to comment on this one. Do you think that China is the new colonial ruler for the melanated people? Jamaica has been sounding the alarm on China putting themselves in strategic location and position to dominate and conquer our financial resources. And now Africa is also sounding the alarm. Now, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to continue to take these loans and put ourselves in these debts and then basically covertly sell our own whole country and our whole islands and our continent from under our offsprings? Then we'll be displaced. Wow. It's Rastafari, soldier. Yeah, real. Recognize, real. As you can feel.